It's Rhema Breakfast. You're with Andrew and Kat.
And we have the pleasure of having a chat with Drive Show host Di Campbell about her upcoming trip to Nepal with the Leprosy Mission. So, kia ora, Di. Thank you for joining us today. How are you feeling about it all?
Oh, I'm excited, nervous, all of those things. I've never done anything like this before. So it's a real mix of feelings, which I think is normal.
Yeah,
I'm going
absolutely.
with that. I'm going with the normal feeling.
So how did you feel then when they first said to you, Di, we would love to send you to Nepal?
Look, I am not a great adventurer. You would not sort of, when you put on my epitaph what type of person I am, you would never say Di, the great adventurer. So there was a part of me that thought, gosh, that sounds a bit scary.
But a bit full on.
A bit full on. But then there was a second part of me that went, come on, this is an amazing opportunity. And I actually really, really love the work of the Leprosy Mission. So to be able to go there, to see what they do firsthand, I feel like it's such an honour. So, yeah, I mean, initial thoughts, I don't know. And then second thought, of course I'm going.
Well,
this is a privilege.
It's an incredible opportunity to see their work firsthand over in Nepal. So let's talk about their focus and the plans for the trip. So what's the agenda looking like?
It's looking like we're going to spend a lot of time at Anandaban Hospital, which is just outside of Kathmandu. It's a leprosy hospital, so they treat patients there. But alongside that, there's a lot of research. There's also rehabilitation. So if you were to get leprosy, it causes clawing of the hands. It causes numbness of the feet. And so what happens is that, if you don't feel pain. So if you were to stub your toe, if you were to hurt yourself, you don't know what you've done. And so you continue to walk on it, you continue to, go about your day to day. But actually what you're doing is you're making that wound worse, and it just gets worse and worse and worse. There's so many things about leprosy. It attacks your eyelids so you can no longer blink, which means that essentially you lose your sight.
Wow.
So, they do a lot of rehabilitation work, but their real focus is to try and cure it before it gets that bad.
Yeah.
And they can, which is amazing.
Which is a remarkable thing. I mean, the fact that there is a cure these days as well, right? And I know they've got very lofty goals for when they want to eradicate the leprosy by. What I'm curious to know, though, is also the spiritual impact of what the Leprosy Mission are doing, because there's a lot of aid agencies around the world that meet physical needs and even fight diseases. But talk to us about the spiritual dimension of what the Leprosy Mission are trying to achieve.
So I think if you were to look, go as far back as the Bible, you see Jesus being so countercultural in that he spoke to lepers. He touched lepers. They were the most vulnerable in society. And I think as Christians, we are called to look after the most vulnerable. There's so much stigma around leprosy, and that is because it is a very obvious disease. It attacks your nerves. It causes deformities. So yeah, I think the spiritual element is, if we are called to serve the weakest, then we are called to serve those who have leprosy. And this is what the Leprosy Mission has been doing for a very, very long time. To be a part of that story, even in this little way that Sulla and I are being able to be a part of that story, is really, really incredible. If we're able to tell people about the work of the leprosy, if they can meet that incredible goal, I'm going to read it out because I always forget it. By 2035, they are looking to eliminate the transmission of leprosy. That's a huge goal, but it is absolutely doable. Otherwise, they wouldn't have that goal, right?
Well, let's talk about the how, because it is a big goal. So how do they plan to do that? Obviously, stop the spread of it, stop the contraction of it. How does one get leprosy in the first place?
Well, look, I'm not an expert, so I'm not even going to pretend to know how to answer that question. It is a mildly infectious disease. So it is transmitted. I'm going to hopefully find out how when I'm there. The goal is to eliminate it by curing it, by, I think they're working on a vaccine. I don't know if they're there yet with that. The thing with leprosy is that, yes, cases have come down significantly since they first discovered that they could cure it through this multi-drug therapy, but it's still there, hidden in villages, and so it can still spread. So I guess it's finding who has leprosy and giving them the therapy that they need.
And there are other factors too that lead to being more likely to get it, right? These communities that are affected by it are often living below the line. They don't have good nutrition, good standards of living, which makes them more susceptible and vulnerable.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. So there are so many factors. If you could lift the standard of living, that would certainly help. But I'm going there to find out some more, and I'm really excited to be able to do so.
Well, question for me is, what about the personal impact for you? Because, of course, we are so blessed to live in New Zealand, and I find one of the best ways to remind myself of that is to do things like you're doing right now. So do you have any sense of, I don't know, what the impact might be for you personally?
Or your hopes for the trip?
Look, I hope that I'm challenged to be... To grow in who I am, to grow in my faith. I pray that, I can bring back that message and be able to tell people that story. I don't know the impact until I've been. It's been a long time since I visited a developing country. So, yeah, I'm interested to see what that impact is going to be. Pray for me, I think it is going to be a really, really massive thing. And I hope it does change me in a way.
I was actually going to ask you that question. If listeners are wanting to pray for you right now, what are the things that you'd appreciate prayer for?
All right, guys, I've got a list. I have a list. So I don't want to get a cold. I don't want to get an upset tummy. I don't want to get COVID. I don't want to get any of those things before going. Look, it is coming up super duper soon, but I want my trip to be one of value to the Leprosy Mission. And so I don't want to be sick with all those little minor things. So to pray for that would be amazing. For the technology, I'm not that great on the old technology, yet I've been given this incredible task to send out this message. So you know what? I'd love to be able to talk to you guys by phone. So praying that the technology works so that I can actually just give you guys a call and have a chat while I'm there. That would be amazing. All of that stuff.
Well, Di, we really look forward to hearing from the journey while you're there, but also too, maybe catch up when you get back and just talk about the impact that it's had. So Di Campbell on her way to Nepal with the Leprosy Mission. And Di, all the best from us. We will be praying for you. Hey, we really hope you enjoyed that video.
Make sure you like and subscribe and turn your notifications on.
And I hope you enjoy the next one.
Yeah, we'll catch you then.